3, 2, 1. What's going on, brothers? How y'all doing?
Good, man. Good. Bless.
I wanted to start off this Rillo's versus Reggie short report with this video, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this little.
This player jogged off to the sideline.
I know what it is. He ain't eating no. Let's go. Stay right there. Stay right there. Miss Korea, move. Miss Korea, move. Touchdown. 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 Come on, man. Come on.
What y'all think, man?
That's the classic, Pee Wee trick play. The other team was definitely lacking and should have got spanked. No pizza for them.
That's how you feel?
Yeah, man. Everyone knows that damn play.
No pizza, man. No pizza.
No mercy from Dane, man. Classic Pee Wee play, huh?
It is. In the lower leagues, the rules be so. Yeah, man. So like you can't get caught slipping, bro.
I blame the other team's coach. Like, what you should have been yelling, "Yo, go cover him." What you doing, man?
Mm-hmm.
Let those kids down, and they should have been paying attention to themselves. If I was one of those kids' dads, I'd have beat their ass after the game.
Oh, look at you! They gonna be calling for your termination. Coach Dave with the corporal punishment.
Coach Dave, he ain't with it.
But in other news, let's go ahead and talk about NFL Week 7 recap, Week 8 predictions.
All right, Week 7. Week
So
7.
what?
I said Week 7, the Rillos. We had I took care of Pat. Pat put up a measly 82. Pat, we're gonna be light on him right now. Blake actually got a win against Dave. That's wild. Shout out to Anya. She's actually pregnant in women games. You already know. Bola, I see you, bro.
Go get a bite in that lip.
You might be on IR. You know what I'm saying? You might be on IR, but your team is not. 4th place. Shout out to Wright taking hold of 1st place. My boy Trance bringing up 6, and then you already know. My boy Bootleg actually took care of Kenny Coop this week, so it's kind of crazy, man. You was talking a lot of noise, bro, about my squad, man.
The Rellos, we all know what it is,
Yeah.
The talent pool is a little low.
Ooh.
And Drew's on a streak, but Bolo, you've been mopping the floor.
Yeah.
And we know Drew is where he always is, 5th place. And that's probably where he'll finish.
Bam!
And that's it.
I appreciate you saying them kind words, though, but I'm going to need you to stop trying to propose trades to me, bro. I'm not doing Mahomes.
What you mean?
Forget about it.
Hey,
Patrick Mahomes is not coming to you. No time soon.
You stink!
Nice try.
Hey, it's this time of year. I think this is the key weeks for trades, to be honest.
Oh.
Because at this point of the year, you have a decent footing on who players are. And then there's an element to, let's say, just throw out a random player like Julio Jones. He hasn't played since week 1. Would you trade him for someone that's maybe a slot guy? I don't know. That's a really bad example, but there's some risky players and that you can make some moves for, buy high, sell low, or even Aaron Jones from the Packers. Are the Packers going straight down? If you think so, sell high and Aaron Jones right now if you're an Aaron Jones owner.
Juju Smith in a bye week. You could sell him at a premium right now.
You could. Chiefs off. I could maybe sell him for Patrick Mahomes if someone was interested. But
really? You really making that case?
I'm serious. Would you trade Juju for Patrick Mahomes and someone else? Would you do it? We got
who's the quarterback you getting back though? If you can give me like
Kirk Cousins.
Oh, I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm as a fan purely off fantasy, and I'm the biggest. Pat Mahomes. That's just numbers at that point.
I think I proposed to you, Kirk Cousins, and someone. It wasn't Juju.
Yeah. But you know, if you taking it, yeah, as far as fantasy goes, that's good. But if you want Patrick, keep Patrick, bro.
Thank you very much, sir.
Oh,
Appreciate that. Astute analysis from you too, Dane. But speaking of the Chiefs, man, let's talk about Frank Clark's suspension. What exactly did this brother do, man?
Got caught with an assault rifle in California.
I heard it's not the first time it's happened.
Real recognize real, I suppose.
Exactly.
What was that
He
DN?
got caught. They said he got caught. And according to ESPN, these are not facts by me. A disclaimer I should have started with. But they said he got caught back in March.
Mm-hmm.
And now he got caught again. So repeat offense.
It's like I said, real recognize real. Certain people got to do things that they got to do. And to be honest, I'm okay with that part. I said it in the group chat for the Reggie when it first started. I was happy that it was pretty much just like, you know, community service, hefty fine. We was waiting to see what the NFL was going to do. And it came down to 2 games. And lucky for the Chiefs, it's kind of in the mid-season. And it shouldn't be too much of a big a deal in the long run. And especially because he's actually looking good right now. So.
Well, the question, who they got the next 2 weeks?
Well, we got a bye week this week, so I actually get to relax.
Speaking of relaxing, sit up, Dan. What you doing? Relaxing back on that couch.
I was thinking, man. I was thinking.
Sit up, bro.
I was just thinking, what was the D end? Alden Smith in California got caught with all the guns, right?
I thought it was. I don't know about that. I'm not privy to that.
Was he hanging out Alden Smith out there?
Oh,
but I feel like that's a little
that.
slap on the wrist.
Oh, you think 2 games is not enough?
Yeah, I mean, if they have a bye week, isn't that kind of convenient? They
No,
he's not suspended just for the bye. He's suspended
after the bye week.
Okay.
He's suspended 2 games.
All right.
But still, I understand. It does everybody's general safety, you know, women and children, like, of course, we don't want violence going on. You know, but it's like I said, real recognize real. So
their defense is trash anyways.
Bro,
they'll still be trash.
Bro, we don't say nothing, bro. Check them digits, bro. We good, bro. We ain't worried about it.
Speaking of real recognizing real, let's talk a little about Matt Ryan, man. So you said he's thrown 12. Is it touchdowns? You put TO or turnovers. You talking about turnovers?
He has 12 turnovers, fumbles, and interceptions on the year and leads the NFL. He recently just got benched. And it's not going to be a good thing, bro. Apparently, I think they publicly said he was too old to play.
More or less.
Mighty Ice, man.
Here's the thing. I was in Indianapolis at the time of the Chiefs' loss. Unfortunately, shout out to my boys who brought me over there. But we were on the second row. So we were behind the Colts bench. I got to physically see like Matt Ryan with my own 2. And bro, he is the frailest looking thing in pads. I was like actually surprised at like how small and like brittle the dude looked. And it's like, bro, and I saw he had turnovers in that game too. He's a turnover machine. And it's just like, bro, it really is like that for Matt Ryan. And unfortunately, he gonna have to take a seat, man.
But he's got the most pressures or hits or one of the 2 than any quarterback in the NFL. He's just too old to be taking that kind of hit and punishment. And it shows you he's not as blessed as someone like Patrick Mahomes to have a great offensive line and coaching scheme. When 3 years ago, you know, this dude was MVP of the league. Yeah. And it's just kind of sad to see that's the way he's going to go out.
Because I actually used to like Matt Ryan. Like I watched him at Boston College. He wasn't bad, but it's like it's not going well. And I also heard that it came from Jim Irsay. Like it came from the top. Like he's like, I'm tired of Frank Wright's quarterback resurrection projects. You know what I'm saying? Like he's done it with Phillip Rivers. Now it's Matt Ryan. So apparently it's coming from the top that they unhappy with this and they trying to move on.
I heard that. I just hope he accepts being benched though, because a check is better than no check. I'm just saying.
Hey, that's true.
A check is
Amen,
better
my
than
friend.
no check. And I mean, obviously, he could probably go on to be a sportscaster and analyze the game of football,
Right.
any of these, stations. But shit, I'll
Listen.
500,000 sitting on the bench every game. All right, guys, yeah, keep it up. You need to throw the ball down the field, not to the side. Coaching the young quarterback to be. I'll do that if
Hey,
I was Matt Ryan.
And he's a fellow ATL alien, man. He was the king of that city.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Took him to a Super Bowl. It
Yeah.
didn't end up well, but he did take him there.
Yeah. Well, the ATLians have their own theory about why they didn't win that Super Bowl. Something about the stadium being cursed because it was built over a church. But
I didn't hear that one.
I also heard something about a mysterious Simpsons episode or something.
Okay.
I like predicted that.
I remember that shit, yeah.
Yeah, so like apparently it's like a whole thing. Also, to answer your question, the Chiefs' next 2 games is the Titans and the Jaguars. So
Okay. We good there.
How fortuitous to be blessing of the young new.
Oh, you think they looked at the schedule like, when can we suspend them?
Don't you think that's kind of we're playing Jacksonville and the Titans, and
Every
that's when
little-
we're going to suspend
every
your key
little
defensive
thing
piece. Your
it's
best
gonna be
player.
all right.
I'm just saying, man, the rich get richer, and it don't just apply to real life players in the NFL. Man.
I hear you, man. They got to protect the brand, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, we get Willie Gay back. We lose another guy. We're constantly, having to make adjustments and improve the squad. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're really facing adversity and succeeding.
Dang, you're not looking like you agree with that very much.
Hey,
I mean,
man.
we're just talking about Matt Ryan getting benched. Like, this is what we're talking about. He's talking about adversity. You talk about the Colts,
bro,
and then you go to talk about your adversity. Come on, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, let's talk about a little adversity as it comes to Brady and Rodgers.
Oh,
the debacle.
That's a good one.
And talking about getting old. Do y'all think they're getting old? Is it time for Tom Brady to step down?
I'm gonna continue my take last week, and then I'm gonna let him take it. I'm gonna just go on what I went last week and just say that he ain't washed, but he's in the wash. Okay. And it's not looking good. It's real soapy. It's a lot of water. People get sprayed in the face. It's not looking good for the Bucks. We were actually watching, we was at the bar earlier. We saw that clip, Aaron Rodgers, that just off of that clip, Aaron Rodgers not done. He's not done. Those guys got it. I actually kind of sort of agree with him, not wholeheartedly. He shouldn't publicly speak like that in a team sport, but they got to make some catches, bro. He's making some plays. I don't think Aaron's done. I think he'll bounce back. And unfortunately, I still can't count on Brady. He not washed, but he in the wash. But yeah.
I agree with that 100%. I think it's a good transition. Even something we didn't bring up earlier, which we were talking about, is that fantasy points in general are down this year. And a big part of it might be Brady, Rodgers having bad seasons, and Matt Ryan. We didn't have Matt Ryan in there.
Russell Wilson,
Kyler Murray.
Bam.
All these dudes are having down seasons.
Well, getting old, man.
Maybe that's why normally those guys produce at least 3 or 4 fantasy relevant players. And now we're like void of good players to start, and these random guys like James Robinson for 3 weeks or whatever.
Their back is starting to hurt a little more, It's taking a little longer to get that recovery, They're like, what? 6 a.m. workouts again?
But I mean, Brady, he's still putting the money, he's putting the ball in the money. Rodgers is too. They're still, if you had him on your team as a fantasy player, you can't let them go, because you would look real dumb, because they've proven it over and over again that they can do it. I mean, is this the year that they crack? For Brady, probably closer to yes than no. Rodgers, I don't see that. He was the MVP last year.
Back to back.
So I don't know.
I'm saying this, it's definitely not over for A-Rod. it's getting there for Brady, and we'll just see what happens. There's still 10 games left.
And speaking of 10 games, we're in week 8 of the NFL. So we're just gonna run through some predictions real quick. I'll shoot out the matchups. Y'all can take turns. If whoever wants to go first, go first. Broncos, Jaguars.
I want to hear your opinion on that one. Which
Both are 2-5, 2-5. I don't think Russell Wilson's going out like that, man. I have to go. The Broncos going to win this game.
I'll actually be in London when the game is being played. Unfortunately, I'm not retarded. I shouldn't have said that. I'm not in that position to where I will want to go. I'm probably gonna slide to a football game, the real football, out in Brighton. Chelsea's gonna be playing. But if I had to pick a team in this trash fest, I would have to say the Jaguars.
Okay.
I think Jacksonville based on defense.
Yeah.
I think their defense is underrated. They got some playmakers in the secondary. They kind of had that MO for a while. And I could see maybe a couple turnovers, and that'll be the turning of the game. Jacksonville.
Okay.
It's too much. It's the same thing I said in the beginning, Bola. They traded too much for Russell, and they can't afford an injury. They can't afford none of it, and now they have a whole bunch. So it's exactly what I said was going to happen. The Broncos just not it. Not this year.
You're going to find out if you guys are right and I'm wrong, and I got to eat that crow. We'll see. Panthers, Falcons. They will be playing in Atlanta. I will not be going to the game. I think it says the Falcons are negative 4.5 points on the spread.
The Falcons is favorite.
Yeah.
I'll give my pick in a second. I'll make a baby Merc. You give your pick.
Yeah. All right. PJ Walker, shout out to him. I hope he does well. I think Dane started him in fantasy, so we're gonna go with Carolina. I feel like once they got a lot of the stuff off their back, the bad quarterback they still got bad quarterback, but the coach got rid of the superstars from the former era. You know what I mean? I feel like it might be an actual clean wash. So I wanna say Carolina. I really do, but yeah. Dane says Carolina because in any given Sunday he thinks that PJ Walker is Willie Beeman, and I'm gonna just say Atlanta just because.
Okay, I'm glad you said Atlanta because Atlanta's
Atlanta.
The Panthers are 0-2 away. First off,
Right.
Atlanta's 3-4 in the season. The Panthers are 2-5. I've been taking statistics out on LinkedIn Learning now, and I have to go with my statistic analysis. This random sample variation.
Ooh, the analytics.
I'm gonna have to say the Falcons win by at least 7.
Okay, by at least 7. I want to see how that marinate. I like that, Bola.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I like that.
And moving on. So we got the Bears and Cowboys playing in Arlington, Texas. Dallas is a negative 9.5, which means they're expected to win. I'm still gonna go with the Bears, man. How y'all feeling?
Zeke's out. So they're actually going to play like they should play. I think Dallas takes this game. I don't think that 9.5 favorites is correct. I'm thinking maybe more like 6, 7. But I do think Dallas does get this game. And I love the Bears, but I just think, and I'm happy they won on Monday night. That shit was great.
I know. I was like, what the?
Dominated. Like, it was great, right? But it's once Dak is back and if everything's clicking and that defense is popping, they win the game.
I think that here's my question. I don't know. I haven't watched enough tape. Dallas's defense is good. Micah Parsons looks phenomenal. What I've seen from the highlights is that's mostly off pass rush. We know the Bears aren't passing the ball. They can't pass. I said that at the beginning of the year, don't bet any Bears wide receiver at all. But is he a good run stopper? We don't know. Robert Quinn's gone. Does that make a big difference? Was he the leader on the defense? Or is it Roquan? The Bears do got always these like momentum of young guys on the line. I think it's a way closer game than -9. 9.5. I'll tell you that right now.
It's closer than that spread, but I do think Dallas wins the game.
I mean, but where's your faith at, Dane? They just came off of the momentum of winning a Monday Night Football game. You know what that's going to do to their confidence? A young team at that?
It was a rain game.
A little faith, man. Have a little faith, my brother.
I'm a Bears fan. That's why I know you can't have faith. That's just the way it is, man.
Hey, I put my money where my mouth is. I have David Montgomery in 3 leagues. So I know that they run the ball. So you know what I mean?
I got you.
So if you can run the ball and it works, you're gonna win the game.
Look, I'll say this Bears secondary though is starting to impress me. Brisker, Gordon, and I could see if they get some picks off Dak. I mean, that could turn the tide. It's a super young team, super young. And if they get that momentum going, Dallas is in trouble. And I would love to beat Dallas's ass.
Are you flip flopping right now? You flipping?
I'm trying to be hopeful, but I want to say that because I get depressed every time I say.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
You know what I mean?
Well, moving on though, Dolphins, Lions.
Dolphins. DeAndre Swift is back. I got him in 2 leagues. I would love for him to look like week 1, but Miami's a better team, I feel like, overall. So Miami.
I don't know. That's a toss-up to me. That's hard, man.
Okay. We'll come back to that. Maybe you decide. Let's wrap this Rillo Reggie report up. Cardinals, Vikings.
Cardinals, Vikings.
Vikings.
I got the Vikings. I think the Cardinals win last week was a big fluke. Dalton threw those pick sixes. The Cardinals acted like they did something. The Vikings are a phenomenal regular season team. Been that way forever. Kirk Cousins is going to Kirk Cousins ball out during the regular season. I think the Vikings smash them.
I have to agree with you. My analytics says they have not lost a game at home this season. So they're not about to start now.
Skull.
I don't care who's off suspension. I don't care who's, like, to me, it's like you said, at home, best player on the field in Justin Jefferson, better quarterback. Like, they win the game.
Better defense.
They win the game.
Raiders, Saints.
Yeah,
they are playing in New Orleans, but they also are 1-3 at home. New Orleans is.
Who's the Saints' #1 cornerback?
And the Raiders are 0-3 away, so it's going to be a toss-up.
It's going to be Lattimore against Adams. Adams taking all the targets. So if Lattimore can shut down Adams, which now that I'm discussing, I don't think he can. I could see Oakland winning that game because they're going to run the ball. They're going to find a way to run the ball. And Adams, I think, when the time, push comes to shove, he beats out Lattimore.
I think that's going to be a great game because both teams have nothing to lose. I think the Saints are 2-5. The Raiders are 2-4. So it's like they both need to desperately win one game. So I can see both coaching staffs pulling out all stops.
The spread is Vegas by 1.5. This is gonna be one of the best games of the week. I promise you that.
Yeah.
And it's just, I was actually supposed to be at this game, but I'm actually gonna be at InvestFest. Shout out to EYL and Ian Dunlap, Russell Red Panda, all that. But I was originally gonna go to this game because I knew that it was just gonna be in this situation. These teams both ain't got, like you said, nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So this is probably gonna be one of the better games.
What's interesting from fantasy perspective is Dalton, he's been a little balling out. Streaming capabilities, but like if he starts playing bad, is he gonna get benched? For Winston? I don't even know. Are they talking about starting Winston this game? Like what kind of script are they running? That's what's interesting to me to watch.
We're gonna find out. Patriots, Jets. That's a classic, rivalry game.
How many times has Bill Belichick played against the Jets and the Jets have had a better record? That's what I want to know. That's a crazy stat.
Yeah, you're right. But New England is still favored by 2.5 points.
They probably should be.
Who do I have?
Yeah.
Jets, man. Come on.
Okay.
Jets.
I'm a believer. I like that defense. That defense is young. They're unconscious out there,
Yeah.
ready to play. I like that. I'm not a Mac Jones believer at this point. You know, he had a good little rookie year, but
I'm actually starting him this week in fantasy.
who? Mac Jones?
Yeah, because Patrick Mahomes is on bye
Oh,
week.
well, you got to. But I think I could kind of see that being a low scoring game. I don't know.
I think it'll probably be low scoring because it doesn't matter which place it's at. It's probably equally the same temperature or whatever it might be. I feel like the Jets at least know what they're doing to where the Patriots are still kind of working in this mystery. We was talking about it earlier. I went from absolutely hating the Patriots to being like kind of interested in a storyline because you just don't really know what the fuck's going on.
Mhm.
So, and Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones look like they brothers, cousins at least. Like they look like the exact same person. So I don't know.
But the Jets, they got a big blow, and Brees Hall's out for the year.
Jesus.
I mean, that dude looked like he was about to take over the NFL. It's like the new Saquon, phenom at running back. All the wide receivers are hurt. You know, Elijah Moore's back. Elijah Moore was the best wide receiver on their team, and they didn't use him, and now he's back as the best wide receiver on their team. Will they throw him the ball? And I'm kind of struggling to see how they're going to move the ball at all. But if their defense can hold them and it's low scoring, maybe they can squeak it out. But now that I'm thinking about that, you know, the Patriots might deflate the balls or something and get like.
On that note,
Or something.
we're not gonna go there right now, Dave. Steelers Eagles. That was a funny joke, though. I give you that.
Real quick, we
Yeah.
can end right now, and I want to end right now. But Commanders Colts, the Wentz Colts matchup. 49ers got to play the Rams. The 49ers have won the last 7 games. Giants Seahawks, that's also going to be one of the better games of the week because even though they both have winning records, they both still have nothing to fucking lose. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you'd have told me that the Giants had 6 wins this year, I'd be like, oh, that sounds about right. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And then we got Packers Bills. That's the other thing I wanted to bring up in the Brady Rodgers discussion was because it's like, well, the Bucks at least got to play.
Well, I want to.
The Ravens.
You think Rodgers going to play good against the Bills?
He's playing the Bills.
He ain't got no choice, man. He should play better, but it all depends on what the Bills defense does, you know.
What you think? 2 touchdowns? 3 touchdowns? 0?
I would say at least 2 touchdowns.
Buffalo, bro, believe this, right? Buffalo is favored by 11.5.
Yeah, they've been beating ass, man. So I believe that.
They ain't beat our ass. That's a 4 point.
It's weird. Green Bay is kind of built for that game. They've been built up, like all those investments in the secondary. It should be interesting. I don't want to say it's like a reflection of what we'll see late November.
It's closer than 11.5. That's all I'm gonna say. The game will probably go how everybody think it'll go, but the game's closer than 11.5.
With that said, let's talk about one of our investments or investors. You want to touch on this, my brother?
Yeah. Iodine Travel Agency. It is a Black-owned travel agency, actually headquarters out of Ghana. So they are directly out of Africa, and they offer numerous options as far as big trips. One of their big trips that they're actually doing in August this year is going to be going to London. I'll be going there tomorrow. So I'll actually be an assistant tour guide on this trip. But actually, if you want to get signed up, we have numerous people, including my mother and aunt, working on this project. And it's just a good way for people to get out and get a different perspective on anything. We got a whole bunch we got lodging, everything included. The one in London actually, I think, is $9.99. And other than that, you can check out all the information and everything at Iodine Travel. And all the information.
Travel@gmail.com. If you
big fact.
They also have an Instagram page that I was just showing.
Exactly, right there. So it's all that. Actually, Africa still only accounts for 5% of American travel. So this is also an effort to try and change that. We have a beautiful continent that is yet to be enjoyed or explored. So,
when's the last time you've been back to the homeland, Bowler?
I have to say 2015. But it was 2014 or 2015. I don't remember now.
For me,
Before my grandmother passed. So
oh, right. Rest in peace.
thank you.
For me, it'd be when we left in '97. So I mean, it's been a while for me, but we're actually going back to South Africa for Thanksgiving. That's an episode idea we had. So hopefully we'll be able to, make that happen.
And with that said, catch us on part 2 of episode 27 coming up shortly.
Big facts.